what's going on, and welcome to my unboxing and review of the amazing Yamaguchi Uraraka. I am ecstatic for this figure. I am so freaking, I can't even put into words how excited I am for this thing. I am so freaking excited for this thing. I have wanted a figure of this character for literally like 5 years at this point. The only one that has existed before this was the Figma, and that is like basically unobtainable at this point. It is so expensive on the aftermarket. I've been constantly trying to like keep my eye out for it, see if I can get it for a good price, but doesn't even matter anymore because finally amazing Yamaguchi has made an Ochaco Uraraka. But I'm even more excited about this for another reason. Now, I could have my information a little bit messed up here, but from what I understand with this release was not actually designed by Rebeltech. It was actually designed by this studio right here. It was designed by a third-party company, and then Rebeltech actually teamed up and bought this, and it's the same thing for the Mirko and the Toga as well. So these were not designed by the same people who made the amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia figures. This was made by a different company, and that might be a good thing, that might be a bad thing. It looks like it's going to be less stylized than the other figures. This looks like a much more straightforward Uraraka figure, which is wonderful because she is genuinely one of my favorite modern shonen female protagonists. I absolutely love this character, especially after season 7. I thought she was absolutely incredible in that season, and I've loved her from the very beginning. Always been one of my favorites, and after season 7 honestly might even be my favorite character of the series, but there is a few that are competing, so we'll see what happens with season 8 at the end. But I'm super excited about this figure. I hope it's absolutely amazing. The previous amazing Yamaguchi figure was Dabi, who did become my new favorite of the line. So let's see if Uraraka can keep up the trend. All right, with that being said, let's get into the packaging. And here we have the Rebeltech packaging. Of course, it's the Rebeltech packaging that we've come to, you know, expect at these days. I can't say no and love because I loved the old packaging, but this is what they're doing now, and you know what? It's growing on me slowly. I'm going to show you guys something real quick in just a second here, but first off, let's take a look at it right here. So we have Rebeltech right there, Ochaco Uraraka. Again, this, I believe, is the company that actually came up with what this figure, with like the base for this figure. Kaiyodo, on the side, we have some pictures of the figure right there. Kaiyodo, there's another picture of her right there with the smiling face and the angry face. On the back, we have a whole bunch of product shots of her looking really nice. See what I mean? It doesn't look as stylized as the other figures in the amazing Yamaguchi line. It looks a lot more like Figma-ish, in my opinion. But moving down here, you got a bunch of stuff that nobody cares about. Shows off all the accessories right there. Lots of cool stuff right there. She comes with significantly more than Mirko, which is interesting to me because she's pretty much the exact same price, although she is probably a good bit shorter than Mirko. And then on the side here, we have an awesome picture of her right there. God, this figure looks amazing. I'm so excited about this. And we have My Hero Academia, Rebeltech, Ochaco Uraraka. And before we actually open her up, there is one thing I want to show. And that is, I want to show her with the other boxes that we have in the new line. Aside from the Shigaraki, of course, because I passed on that because I hate that design for Shigaraki, and I really hope they make a new Shigaraki, or maybe SHF can make a new Shigaraki. But I wanted to show all of the boxes next to each other because honestly, this does look pretty darn cool. As much as we all just endlessly complain about the new box design right here, this does look really cool when you have them like lined up on your bookshelf right there. Like, yeah, it does look really cool. And then there's the front view right there. Obviously, I think the old one still looked a lot cooler when they were lined up, but this is still kind of cool as well. And there's the other side as well, which again does look pretty darn cool right there. My Aizawa box doesn't want to close right there, and it looks like Aizawa's packaging is like a slightly different shade of gray than all the others right there. That's kind of weird. What if we put like that? There we go. That looks a little bit better right there. But yeah, I honestly am, these boxes are kind of growing on me, but I still miss the old packaging. And here we have Urravity out of the packaging, and my god, she is so freaking tiny. Look how freaking small she is. Here's my pocket knife compared to her. She's literally like the same height as my freaking pocket knife. She is so freaking tiny, man. Like right off the bat, here she is with Dabi. Look how much smaller she is right there. That is crazy. It feels like I'm holding like a 5-inch figure or something, man. This is so crazy. She's so cute looking though. All right, let's talk about the feel of the figure because of course it wasn't originally designed by Rebeltech, as far as I know. Of course, that could be wrong. Don't take my word for it, but that's what I heard. That's what I've come to understand from the deal with this figure. So What is the quality like? Well, I feel like the plastic quality feels pretty good, feels pretty comparable to Rebel Tech, and doesn't feel anywhere like, doesn't feel like bad in any way, shape, or form. Some of the joints do feel a little bit looser than I would expect for Amazing Yamaguchi, like the torso movement right here, a little bit loose, the leg movement right there, a little bit loose right there. You can see it doesn't take much to move the joints right here. Not my favorite. You guys know I always prefer tighter joints over looser joints right there, and that's not very good elbow posability right there. Okay, but she looks really good. Let's get in here on the sculpt. Starting off at the head sculpt, it looks really great. It looks like Uraraka, man. It looks really nice. And you can see we have her new helmet design right here, the two little pieces on either side right there, as opposed to the big old mask that she had in the first couple seasons in the first design for her outfit. Looks really cute. I really like it. The hair, of course, looks really great. You can see it all along the sides right here. Really nicely done right there. No shading or anything. Actually, there might be a little bit of shading in there. Now that I look at it, there might be a little bit in there, but it does look pretty good right there, and it very much looks like Uraraka, man. They definitely captured Horikoshi's art style really nicely right there. Eyes look great. Her little pink cheeks right there, super duper cute. Her little smile right there, yeah, really nice. Perfectly captures the likeness of the character. Again, maybe even better than some of the previous Amazing Yamaguchi figures, because yeah, this does kind of, it does feel pretty different from the previous Amazing Yamaguchi figures. So yeah, do keep that in mind. But moving down to the neck right there, you got that little piece of the outfit right there, which looks really good. Moving down to the torso, yeah, it looks really nice right there. Love the color separation right here from the pink and the black right there, really cool. Got those nice little like black dots right there. Grab my tool here, yeah, you can see really nicely done right there, super duper nice. And you got the little belt sections right there. Super nice, goes all the way around right there. Really nice. Again, all of the little details in her costume right there, really cool. And then over here, love these like pink bands right here around there, and of course her big ol' gravity gauntlets right there, really cool looking. Wow, these look that looks super duper nice. Although I will tell you already, not the best arm posability on this figure. Oh, maybe you get a little bit better. Okay, you have to like work with it a little bit. We'll save that for the articulation though. And then yeah, I mean, they did a great job capturing Uraraka's outfit right there. Looks really good, and it's super recognizable as her outfit right here. You can see like the leg pieces right there. Like that's just always what that's just Uraraka's outfit, man. That looks really good. You can also see over here the little handle pieces right there, which do swivel as well. Super duper nice right there. Yeah, I like the way it looks. It looks really good. Okay, I was just messing around. I was just like playing around with her. I'm trying to pose her around, and there's actually some really cool stuff going on with this figure. So getting into the articulation, of course, you have that ball joint at the base of the neck right there. So you have a really good amount of up right there. Some good down as well. She can look down very well. Some nice tilt right there. The head is on, it looks like it's a double ball peg right there, which is pretty different from the Amazing Yamaguchi ones, at least some of them. No, actually, it might not be that different, but like with Deku, he had that weird thing. With Deku, he has this weird thing where his head can like be extended up like this. This is just a basic double ball peg right there. So you don't get any craziness right there, but you do get some good movement right there in the head, which is really nice. Moving down to the torso right here, we get a good amount of forward movement right there. Not as much as your typical Amazing Yamaguchi figures, but again, this was not designed by the same people, and I still think that this is a very good range of movement right there. And of course, if you put the legs into it as well, you can get way more right there. So yeah, that's super duper nice. I'm very happy with that amount of articulation. She's so little, man. I really just feel like I'm reviewing a 5-inch figure right now, but yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good compared to like Deku right there. You can see Uraraka is a lot shorter than Deku in the show, so yeah, this is pretty good so far. I'm really liking it so far, if you can't tell. But moving to the arms right here, you can see we got a really good amount of movement out right there. Obviously, you can't get any more than that, but that is still very nice. Obviously, you can go forward right there because of the design right there. You can get a good amount of butterfly right there, even though there's not really any dedicated butterfly joints right there. You, of course, have the swivel right there at the bicep, and then as I showed, the elbow bend right here, because of the gauntlets and the shape and the design of her outfit right there, you don't get a full double jointed bend right there, but honestly, still a pretty good amount right there. A little better than I thought it was. It felt like at first she couldn't get that much, but this is quite a bit better than I originally thought. But obviously, it still would be nice. But I will say this is one I can kind of excuse because of these big old gauntlet pieces right there. It does kind of make sense that she can only get a 90 degree, and she can get a slight bit over 90 degree, I believe, right there. So pretty darn good right there. And then for the torso as well, I wanted to show you do have some side to side movement right there as well. Actually, a really good amount of side to side right there. Like a lot better than probably your your average action figure. And then moving down to the legs, this is where I got kind of excited right here. So the legs, you got really good movement forward right there. Really, really good. You got some good back movement as well. You can see the butt doesn't really get in the way at all. And then you have a swivel right here at that joint right there, which is nice, and that's very different from the average Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia figures that have that weird Amazing Yamaguchi joint going on right there, as opposed to a standard swivel. Like, this is definitely more along the lines of like what a Figma or an SH Figuarts would have, although obviously not really with SH Figuarts, because SH Figuarts have the ball joint right there. But I like this quite a bit, and it does allow for some really good movement right here. Now, this right here is where I got excited right here. So you have, oh, okay, so I see here. So you have a joint right here. You have like the swivel right there, and then this is actually on a ball joint right here. So with this character, of course, one problem with making an action figure of this character that was a problem with the Figma was the ankle pivot. Ankle pivot, in my opinion, is a very big deal for action figures. It's one of the main thing that we use to really get like really dynamic poses. And with the original, with the Figma one, there was absolutely nothing. Her legs were just completely static right here. With this one, you can see we have a little bit of a cut right there, but actually most of your ankle pivot is going to come from this ball joint right here, which allows you to bring it in a little bit right there, which is really nice. You can go out a little bit as well if you want to, and then you do have a really good amount of knee bend right there. That is super duper nice, man. I really, really like that. And then you have that ball joint that can actually allow you to kind of make that look a little bit nicer. Oh man, I'm actually really liking this. I'm actually super duper happy with this. Oh my god, yes. But yeah, that looks really great, and I love that extra posability right there, allowing for some more pivot right there. And then of course, getting down to the actual feet itself, you can see she does have a built-in pivot right there. It's a little bit weird though, of course, because of the design and because of the heel spur right there. It's gonna be a little bit awkward to actually use that, but you can see she actually can. You can see it does kind of come in handy right there using that ankle pivot right there. She can get a really good pose right there. Okay, right now I'm very, very happy with this. And then of course she does also have a toe joint right there as well, which is super duper good. All right, so yeah, and on the note of plastic quality, actually, I know we kind of already talked about it a little bit, but I want to go into it a little bit more. And by that, I mean I want to compare it with some other figures. So here is SH Figuarts Naruto, very tried and true. A lot of you probably have it. And feeling the weight between these two figures, they feel pretty much about the same way. Now, of course, Uraraka is a substantially shorter figure than Naruto, so that should tell you that the plastic quality is definitely a little bit better in some way than the Naruto. Of course, don't take that away from the Naruto figure, because that's a $35 figure as opposed to like a $100 figure right here. But yes, they do feel about the same weight right there. And then comparing it to another Amazing Yamaguchi figure right here, you can see we have Kirishima right here, and Kirishima does feel quite a bit heavier. But again, she is a lot smaller than Kirishima right there. But plastic quality really does feel very, very, very nice on her. Like, at first I was a little bit skeptical about it, because I do think some of the joints are a little bit loose. I might be able to fix that with some kikis right there, but it is a little bit disheartening to get a figure out and have like the joints be loose. But it's not that bad, actually. Like, you can see she doesn't like, she still has a pretty good amount of sturdiness to her, and yeah, I'm quite liking this so far. So let's get into the comparisons. Okay, I'm actually so happy with her. Let's get into the comparisons. Here is Uraraka compared to some of her fellow Class 1A students. Of course, we got Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki right there. And I think this looks pretty good, although I will say I do think the Amazing Yamaguchi scale just isn't 100% accurate in general. I feel that Todoroki probably should be taller than Bakugo, so Bakugo should be a good bit shorter than this. And I do think Uraraka might be a little smaller than she should be, but not by much. I do think that this does look pretty darn good together right here. And then I'm just going to bunch them up a little bit more here so we can bring in the final member that we have, Kirishima right there. And this is really, really cool. I love that we got so many characters from Class 1A. I really do hope we'll get more, though. I'm honestly not opposed to Rebel Tech continuing their line, even with SHF coming, because there's so many characters that I still really, really, really want. Like, Ida is another one I think would be really, really cool. I've always wanted Momo Yaoyorozu. I've always thought she would make a great figure. Suyu Asui is one that people have been wanting for a long time. And yeah, I still think there's plenty of Class 1A characters that would be really, really, really awesome to get in either this line or the SHF line. And it's kind of cool having the SHF line and the Amazing Yamaguchi line going, because we kind of have more opportunities to get both of them. Now, of course, it remains to be seen whether the Amazing Yamaguchis and the SH Figuarts are going to scale perfectly well with each other, but most likely they're regardless of how big they are, they're probably going to be able to be like fudged in there, because like Naruto right here, you can see he's about in scale with most of these figures right here, so most likely they're gonna be about the same size as these amazing Yamaguchis here, so they'll probably work pretty well together, which would allow us to really get a really big roster of characters, which is definitely very, very exciting because they look really, really, really good together. And then here she is with her teacher, Shota Aizawa, and so you can get a good sense of how she scales with the pros. Here she is with Endeavor as well right there. And again, looks really, really awesome right there. I'm so freaking happy to have Uraraka. Oh my god, I'm so freaking happy about this. Not only is she one of my favorite characters of the series, and I've wanted her for so long, but she's just such a bright figure, like so vibrant. I don't think I have a single figure in my collection that kind of has this level of like just, your eyes are just gonna be drawn to this thing, man. It's just so bright pink and fun to look at, man. This is awesome, man. And last but not least, you can see how she looks with a villain. Here she is with Dabi, and it pains me to break this pose because I really love this pose, but there you go. It's all right. But they actually look pretty good together, actually. A lot better than I was expecting them to. I really did think Uraraka was going to look too small with him. I mean, you saw that previous picture when he was in that crazy pose. She looked really tiny compared to him, but this actually looks pretty good and definitely gets me really, really hyped for Toga because I'm definitely going to be getting Toga. I know I said in the Dabi review that I was backing out of this line, man, but that was before I watched Season 7, which was a fucking masterpiece, and I forgot that they were going to be making Toga, so we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely getting Toga. I don't know about Mirko, though. I don't think she comes with enough, but I'll check out some reviews when she comes out and make my decision then. Honestly, I would have preferred Season 7 Mirko. I think Mirko was a little cooler in Season 7. If you know, you know. I don't usually go for the short hair redesigns, but that one kind of did it for me. I don't know. It was a Mara Leona situation. Damn, this figure's really good. All right, now let's compare Uraraka with some other shonen leading ladies. And let's start off with some classic ladies right here. Here she is with Sakura and Nami, and she looks really, really great with them. Definitely really, really nice. Like, this looks better than the average Amazing Yamaguchi figure next to an SH Figuarts for me. Like, the scale looks really, really good right there. You can see, like, pretty Horikoshi's art style just kind of goes right in with, I don't know, man. It's just something about this. This looks really, really good. And then for some more modern queens, here she is with Nobara and Power. And again, I think she actually looks absolutely perfect with all of these. And now, you guys know I had to do a big old complete group shot right here. This is really, really awesome. So here is our Shonen Battle Queen collection so far. And this is really, really awesome. Of course, I needed Noelle. Noelle is the one I want the absolute most from Black Clover. But aside from Noelle, honestly, we have basically everybody. And of course, we are going to be getting Hinata to go with Sakura as well next year. So yeah, this is awesome. And we are going to be getting Momo from Dawn to Dawn pretty soon as well, which I think is also going to be a really cool one to add in here as well. That's another very bright pink figure. I'm going to have more bright pink figures. They can go with Giorno here. Oh yeah, totally slipped my mind. We need a bleach figure. We need a bleach female so bad. We need a bleach female so bad, dude. Oh my god. I feel like Rukia would be so damn easy, man. Like, what the hell? And to finish off the comparisons, here she is with the amazing Yamaguchi Satellite Shooting Star Yusei Fudo and the Figma Lord Rimuru Tempest. And I don't know what it is, but seeing her next to Rimuru is so cool to me, man. You know what? This actually proves the scale is probably right here because, yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything about Tensora, but Rimuru is this design of Rimuru is probably about the same age as Ochaco here, and you can see they are perfectly in scale with each other. So, yeah, that's probably right, actually, and that looks super duper cool together. It just makes me so happy that in this world, like, just totally taken over by shonen, which I love shonen, so I'm not really complaining that much, but it makes me so happy that I have a freaking Rimuru in here, man. It makes me so happy that I have a freaking in-scale Rimuru, dude. Now, if only I get some more Tensora characters. We'll never be satisfied. I am, however, very satisfied with this figure, and on that note, let's get into the accessories. Starting off, of course, with our face sculpts right here. Of course, in the packaging, we have this adorable default face right here with the little smile right there. Absolutely love it. And now let's take a look at our alternate faces. All right, we have a very cute, determined Uraraka face. This is adorable. Oh my god, it's so freaking cute. We have another adorable, determined face looking off to this side right there. That would be the right. I know my left and right. I actually don't. That was a lie. And here she is with... And oh my god, another adorable face right there. Ochaco's just adorable. I didn't need to just accept that. But here we have an awesome face right here where she's smiling and looking to the left right there. Super duper cute. And then, oh my god, they're just so freaking cute, man. She's so freaking cute, dude. And then here we have another super duper happy face right here. Again, just absolutely adorable. Melts my freaking heart. I'm so happy we have this character, man. And we have another laughing face where her eyes are closed, man. Oh my god, it's so cute. I can't. And the final one, somehow still absolutely adorable. We have her angry, determined face right there. It's still absolutely adorable. And in order to change the faces, all we need to do is pop off the fringe right here. It goes on pretty well, but the face itself is kind of loose on there, so make sure the face doesn't fall off when you're doing that. And of course, we just bring in whatever face we want to change it to. Pop that right on right there. Again, goes on pretty loosely, and then just pop the fringe back on right there. And there we go. There she is with her new absolutely adorable face right there. Oh my god, dude, it's so freaking cute. And there we have her with her new face sculpt on right there, looking just absolutely adorable. And the next thing we get is an alternate fringe right here. So if you don't want to have her with her helmet design on right here, all we do is pop this fringe off, pop this one on, and now we have Ochaco without her helmet on right there. And I put on her super happy face right there. Very, very cute. And I will say this face actually went on nice and tight, so that was very, very nice. But yes, I really, really like how this looks. I'm actually not sure which one I'm gonna go with. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards the no helmet, actually. I kind of do. I really did like the first design for her helmet where she had the little shield covering her face right there. And that's what the Figma one went with. So I don't know, but I do like this design right here, but I think I'm gonna go with the standard one right there. Next up, our hands. Of course, we have fists on in the packaging, as per usual, and we have our sprue of alternate hands right here. You can see we have a pair of splayed out hands right there on different, what the hell? Okay, there we go. The splayed out hands right there. We have one thumbs up hand. Very, very much appreciate that. Love that. And then we have that hand right there. I think that's gonna be like, oh, okay, I see. That's her power weight, is it? What the hell? Hang on. Okay, this is supposed to be like a come at me hand right there, and I knocked her over right there. That's supposed to be like a hand where she's like, come at me, like that. I don't know, that's an interesting hand to include. But you can see the splayed out hands right here. You can see they do have the little bumps on her fingers right there for her quirk. Although I would have liked if they could have picked that out with some paint right there. Put some pink paint right there, because it is really, really hard to see. You can see if we get like to the side right there, you can see they are there. But again, it would have been nice if they could have picked that out with paint. But if you really wanted to, you could do that yourself. I do very much appreciate the thumbs up hand right there. Although I would have appreciated one for both sides as well, so. Not too many hands right here, and I definitely think they could have included some more. She's such a happy, cheerful character. Something like some finger gun hands would be cute, even if the character didn't really do it in the show. Still would have been a nice thing to include, especially when you have all these extra spaces right here. And this figure is quite expensive, so. But let's check out the hands right here. I'm hoping they will be nice and easy. And as you can see, we just have some beautiful pegs right there, and they seem super duper easy right there. Very, very much a fan. And let's just pop on a splayed out hand right here just to see how they go on pretty easily right there. You can see that looks really, really good. And here she is in a nice, using her quirk powers right there, touching her fingertips together to release her gravity right there. Looks really, really good. And I will say the faces are going on a lot tighter now. I'm not sure why they were so loose out of the packaging, but they're actually clicking in place quite nicely right now. This pose is not the easiest to pull off because of the kind of limited range of motion in the arms right there, but it still looks really, really, really good. And I love this figure, man. I'm really happy with this. I think they did my girl proper, and I definitely can't wait to see how they did with Toga. Like, look at this girl, bro. Tell me that does not just melt your heart, man. Okay, seriously, y'all, check this out. So you guys saw how easy the faces came off. Look how tight they are now. Watch, if I put this on, look, it goes on super tight now. What was up with that? I don't know. All right, now it's time for some interesting accessories. So, we have these little tube guys right here. We get 8 of these, and I think they're all the same sculpt right here. You can see the way they're sculpted right there. It looks like they're the same sculpt. No, they are a little bit different. They are a little bit different. The length is a little bit different. The way they're moving is a little bit different. So that's nice. I'm glad they didn't just reuse the same thing over and over again. That's super duper nice. And what you do with these is you come to the gauntlets right here. You can see you have the little holes right there, and yes, you just plug them right in to those holes right there, and you can do it however you want. So just bring that in here and plug that in. There you go. And they seem pretty resilient right there. They do seem pretty darn resilient. I think maybe. So obviously you're not at all limited for how you want to use these. You can just use them however you want. And you can see you can kind of have her like bringing them back right there. There's not really any options to have them like straight out. You kind of have to like rotate them back like that. And we're going to show why that is in a second, what we're kind of going for with this pose right here. But I do just want to show off how these kind of work right there. And you really just got to go wild with it, you know, let your imagination take over and use them however you want to right there. And it's pretty cool, some of the stuff you can pull off with this thing, man. Let's let your imagination take over right there. Very, very interesting. This is actually like super crazy looking. Look at that. But along with the tubes, we also get these 4 rocks right here. You can see these are pretty much, I think, the exact same sculpt right here. They might be a little, yeah, they are actually a little bit different. You can see this one's a little bit thinner right there, a little longer than this one. That one's a little bit bigger. And then we have this one and this one. Okay, it looks like you get 2 of each right there. So you get 2 of the longer one and you get 2 of the bigger one right there. And with these, you just need to plug these into the tubes right here. And this allows you to do stuff like this, where she's got like the tube coming out, grabbing the rocket that maybe she used her zero gravity quirk to lift the rocket into the air, and then she used the tube to grab it, and now she's going to use it and swing it and throw it at a villain right there. Pretty cool. This is definitely a very nice way to bulk up the figure's accessories, make it feel a lot more worth the price right there, make the package feel a lot more complete. I like this because, of course, Uraraka's quirk is not something that's really easy to like show off because, you know, it's zero gravity. She touches someone and they have zero gravity and they just kind of float into the air, and then she touches her fingertips together and it releases the zero gravity. That's how her quirk works. Not really a good way to really show that in action figure form. So this is a good way to bulk up the figure and make it feel a little bit more worth it. And I really love the detail on these rocks here. You can see you have like the little thing right there. That's actually part of the rock right there, but you put that on and it does look like the little tube right there just grabs the rock right there, which is pretty cool. And it allows you to make some very, very cool poses right here. Yeah, guys, this figure is fantastic. In all honesty, I don't know if I could be happier with it. I honestly don't. I think Amazing Yamaguchi knocked it out of the park, and I think we finally have a good, definitive Uraraka that you don't have to break the bank for, and most likely this thing is probably 100 times better than the Figma. So all of us that waited patiently, not patiently, I was not patient at all when waiting for this figure, but it was all worth it. It was all worth it. Do I like this figure better than the Dobby? Yeah, I do. I actually do. I did not expect that, but I actually do. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is kind of I feel like this might not be a good thing to say because, of course, this figure was designed by that different company. And if this is my favorite figure of the line, then that means I guess I don't really care for the Amazing Yamaguchi stylization that they have done previously with these figures. Now, I like the Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia figures, but this really does kind of just feel like a more, you know, it just feels like a normal action figure. It doesn't feel like it's trying to do all this goofy shit, have this goofy articulation. It just feels like a really, really well-made, really good action figure, and I guess I just appreciate that more, or I just love this character that much and I just think she looks so good and I'm just so unbelievably happy to finally have her in my collection. One of those two. But to finish off the accessories, of course, we get the stand right here with the arm. And of course, this is a character that you definitely are going to want to use the stand for because, of course, of her quirk right there. So just pop her on to the stand right there. You can see the peg hole in the back right there, goes on nice and tight. If the screws are too loose for you, grab a screwdriver and just tighten them up a little bit right there. Just tighten them up. You can get an awesome zero gravity pose right there. Look at that, man. That is absolutely amazing. All right, let's jump into the final thoughts. Actually, one more thing I want to talk about before we get to the final thoughts. I want to talk about the exclusive faceplate that you can get if you get the DX edition, I think is what it's called. I don't know. That's what it was called on the Yusei, so I'm just going to call that from now on. You can get an additional face sculpt. Now, essentially, you had to buy from Revoltech's official website, and you had to pay like an additional $30, and you got an extra faceplate. Literally just an extra faceplate. $30 extra. It's ridiculous. Everybody and their mother has complained about this. It's an absolutely absurd ask, but I will admit, I really, really, really love the alternate face. It's one where she's like about to puke because of her quirk. She's overused her quirk, which if you've seen the show, she overuses her quirk. Yeah, she throws up. And it would have been such a fun face. It would have allowed for a lot of really, really fun poses. But unfortunately, it was an exclusive. But honestly, I kind of wish I had spent the extra money. I honestly do, because I think I would have been happy with that face. I do. I think that would have been a really fun accessory to have. But Just wanted to bring that up real quick, just to let you guys know out there, if you are willing to spend, because this figure's fantastic. I'm about to tell you that in depth in just a second here, but I think that extra face sculpt would be a really, really fun thing to get. So if you're willing to spend a little bit of extra money on that, I think that extra face sculpt would be a good thing to consider picking up. And who knows, maybe I'll like keep an eye out and see if I can find if I can like get it somehow. I don't know. So final thoughts on the amazing Yamaguchi Uraraka. I absolutely love it, honestly. It's my favorite figure in the line by a country mile. Now, there could be some bias going on because I do absolutely love this character and I've been wanting a figure of her for so long, and we finally have it and it's absolutely perfect. It's everything I wanted it to be. So I'm so freaking happy with it. But yeah, this is definitely my favorite figure of the line, man. I can't even put a word. It's so great. Like, the quality is fantastic. Definitely feel like they put in the thought and the effort to make it worth our while, like doing stuff with like the little tubes right here with the rocks. It's a very interesting accessory to include, but it works very, very well, and it does help make the figure feel more worthwhile. But honestly, even if those weren't included, I still would have absolutely loved this figure. Like, you can see this pose I have right here. Not even using those accessories, man. She's super fun to pose, super satisfying, great range of articulation, and this does feel like kind of a slap in the face to the other Reveltech figures, but because this wasn't designed by Reveltech as far as I know. But she's just way more fun to pose, man. She just feels like a more, she just feels like a more enjoyable experience than Amazing Yamaguchi figures, because she just kind of feels a little bit more along the lines of a Figma or an SH Figuarts. Probably more of a Figma. She definitely has kind of a Figma feel to her. Now, I don't have any of the My Hero Academia Figmas, so I can't really like put that into comparison 100%, but she does. She kind of feels like a Figma. Quality's great, like I said. Range of articulation's great. Accessories are great. Love that you can give her the no helmet right there. You can either have her with the helmet or without the helmet. Again, love these. Very inventive. Very, very fun. Love all the alternate faces. Really do wish I could have gotten that bonus face as well. Like I said, I might go on the hunt for that face because I really would love to have that. Love the thumbs up hand. I will say I could give a few complaints with this figure. I wish she included more hands, because like I said, this sprue right here, you have this big old sprue and you only get 5 hands right there, plus the ones in the packaging, so you get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I can do basic math. No, wait, that's 7. I can't, apparently I can't actually. I've been exposed. But yeah, you get 7 alternate hands, and this is such a fun and expressive character that I definitely think some other hands would have been a really, really nice touch as well, but that's a minor complaint. Honestly, my biggest complaint with this figure is actually this little gap that she has in the neck right there. As you probably noticed this throughout the entire review, that's the only thing I don't absolutely love about this figure. You can kind of hide it right there. You can kind of hide it so it's not the biggest deal in the world, and especially if you do poses like this one that I have her in right now that I absolutely love. Like, look at this pose, man. That's so freaking cute right there. So yeah, you can totally hide it with poses like this as well, but yeah, that's just a minor little complaint I wanted to throw in here. I definitely think I'm giving this figure an S+. I absolutely love it, man. It's totally met all my expectations, and honestly, it's exceeded them, because I didn't think, as I said in the Dobby review, I didn't think this thing was gonna be better than Dobby, but again, it could be character bias, but I like it better than Dobby, man. And it's got me really excited for Toga as well, because if Toga is on the same level, has all this, just feels like this figure and doesn't really feel like the usual Amazing Yamaguchi thing, I think it's also going to be probably one of the best figures in the line, man, because, yeah, again, it does feel a little bit kind of scummy to say it, that this is my favorite figure in the line, because it's not really like, it wasn't made for this line, really, but, yeah, I love it, man. I can't deny it. I absolutely love it. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like, subscribe for some more Amazing Yamaguchi My Hero Academia reviews in the future. And of course, the SH Figuarts My Hero Academia figures are coming out very, very soon. I will be full collecting them as well. And it'd be really cool if SHF does try their hand at an Uraraka as well. But they're definitely going to have their work cut out if they want to top this one, man, because it really, really is awesome. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to those as well, though. And like I said, Toga, very, very, very exciting. So there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching the video. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out. Dude, she's so freaking cute, dude. Oh my god. So freaking cute!